Mahaeri, haeri, haeri, haeri.
You are now attending a poetic performance. These balloons are the bombs over Tbilisi. That's why Zura Rtveliashvili chose the airport to perform. This poem is called Mission N.
I can't call it an exact name. It may be video art or visual poetry.
He created this poetry about Georgia's bombardment 8 months before this summer. For him, it's just a poetic intuition. Now he is imitating planes' aggression over Georgian towns.
ჯვარცმი თვითფრინავს საში ჯვარცმოს ნება აქვს კაცის ტყვიამ ფქოს ტყვის მარაგი აქვს სიტყვის მაგივრად სადამაღლებულ უცნობ ფრინავს ღიმილი მკაცრი დილით ქალაქის მელოთ თავზე როცა მიფრინავს ჯვარცმი თვითფრინავს საში ჯვარცმოს ნება აქვს კაცის.
Far from the airport, Shota and Zaza are meeting in a quiet cafe. They planned the impromptu poetry performance for this evening. They used to be the members of the young poets group Pink Bus, which arranged visual poetry projects.
You have to try to catch the aroma of the time. You have to follow it. You must also develop your poetry individually.
The young poets stopped the Pink Bus project. For Shota, they grew up to be more individual now. Still, the poets go out together in their mutual friend's house.
I think that the real poetry must exist beyond words. One cannot write a poem, it exists itself. One can find it in gesticulation. Every person finds one's own connection to poetry, different ways, and then explodes and replenishes. I just have an inclination to womanhood. I like being with them very much, because it is not only society I live in. These are my friends. My everyday life is different.
This is what we are, that's all.
Zaza is now preparing to publish the book about erotic poems. For him, Georgian art lacks such kind of poetry. His favorite place where he likes to reach his poem is Vazhabshavela's grave. For poet Temur Chalabashvili, frankness is the criteria of real poetry, not difference between the ways of expression in young and old generation.
Is the artist a real artist? That is the question. The artist should write with own blood, as Vaja says. That is very important. Why should we all resemble each other?
Tatsminda was a common spot for Chalabashvili and his friends' meetings. Young students enjoyed being among graves of their famous ancestors. This is how Georgian poets represented their work a century ago.
ბარათაშვილს აქ უყვარდა ობლაცი
ვერ მომპარავს ბნელგულის ფიქს წუთი-წუთზე უამესი საიდუმლოს ვერ წამართმევს ქალის ხვევნა და ალერცი ვერც ძილის დროს ნელი ოხრა და ვერც თასი ღვინით სავსე ვერ წამართმევს მას რაც გულის ბნელს სიღრმეში მოვათავს
This way of performing poetry is preferable for Guram Sagharadze than the visual one. A well-known actor now teaches the new generation how to express Galactionist poetry just through their feelings.
This is my attitude towards poetry. Besides this, I don't find anything suitable to express what the other meant. The rest of them are not interesting for me, and I just don't want to know about them.
Some Tbilisians are more interested in the new ways of poetry. Publishing house Siesta issued 250 copies of Pink Bass poem books free of charge.
But if you say there's a project, the project is very interesting, bringing all this very, very modern last word of the Georgian poetry in one book.
6 editions of Zura Rtveliashvili's latest poems were successfully sold out. But for him, poetry is more than profit.
My freedom is in my poetry. In this text, this vibration.
Როცა კულტურა თვლემს ეს კოლაფსია ლექსის ვაჟღერებ ხელში ხემს გახურებული ნემსი როდესაც ეს ხმაცulis გარშემო ყველა წეს ტემბრი ტატით ხრის დამრჩილებულ ლექს ხმალივი წივის ხმა დაეძებს ხორბში ხემს კულტურა არის ზღვა სკერზე Swigeni.